I'm Paul Van Ness. I'm the owner of Van Ness Creative Group, which is a film and video production company, and I'm also co-owner of CinemaSalem, which is a movie theater in Salem, Massachusetts. The movie theater in Salem had closed down, and somebody who was a friend just called up and said, did I know anybody who might be interested in opening it up? And the challenges were to kind of give it the care that it deserved because it had basically been neglected for 10 years. And then we basically brought in new to us and refurbished projection equipment, which was all kind of pristine and beautiful, and brand new sound system. And so that was about 5.5 years ago, and it has been a really fun thing to do. Really a challenging business right now because the future of the movie theater is definitely an open question. We're moving from a technology that literally has lasted for 100 years without update into a technology that's probably going to change completely every 2 years or so. That's the bad part. The good part is it's probably going to end up being brighter. At some point, it's going to be a picture equal to 35 millimeter, and we're not going to have to lug 125 pounds of film reels up the stairs in order to cut them together. It used to be that a studio would put out a movie, and then the movie theater was the only place you could see it for 6 months, and then you could buy it on VHS, which, as everybody knows, is a really crappy format and doesn't look very good. And once things came out on DVD or now Blu-ray, and also when things come out much quicker, even like a couple months after they're in the movie theaters, then the movie theater has to concentrate on the very first time, the first weeks that a movie is out. I think the biggest challenges of owning a theater, running a theater, whether it's independent or a big chain, is that you're dependent on product that you don't have any control over. And also has to kind of be giving an experience to people that they can't get in their homes. It's the essence of recreation, kind of getting away from your regular life and imagining different lives for yourself. It's the sort of thing that like transforms your life briefly. It's the sort of thing if you go to a movie on Friday night and then you come into work on Monday morning and somebody says, did you do anything over the weekend? If you went to the movie theater, then you say, yes, we went to the movie theater. If you saw it at home, then you say, no, I don't think we did anything. So what we give people is that experience, and the fact that we give them that experience in a place where you can get to know the people behind the counter, where you buy your popcorn, and where you have a sense for what kind of people it is that are running the place and that you see every day. I think that's kind of a nice experience and is something that's unique for us compared to a big chain. Often we found that if you're a tourist, you're not necessarily interested in going to the movies because that's something you can do at home. You want to see the sort of things that are only unique to that particular place. So one of the things we came up with, one of the ideas we came up with was the idea of creating a movie which was about kind of why people are coming to Salem in the first place, which is why we created the True 1692, which is a completely historical, accurate depiction of what happened in 1692. We really wanted people to feel like they were in Salem in 1692, rather than just smugly observing it from 300 years later and with a bit of arrogance. We wanted people to kind of be right inside the experience, be right inside the pressures that were going on and the lack of knowledge and the hysteria, and we feel like 3D really accomplishes that. Usually October was one of our worst months. Because of the True 1692, we had twice as many people come into the theater, and literally the whole difference between the normal number and the double number was people coming in to see a film about the Salem witch trials. So I see there are being many, many more movies showing here than we're currently showing, meaning that we might add another theater, which is more like the screening room, where we can show 2 or 3 movies a week instead of just one. So there's a real opportunity for us, I think, to become much more focused on the kind of preferences of our audiences. We're trying to every week have an event that's kind of unique. I think the ones that over the course of a year have had the most impact are basically the Salem Film Fest, which is an all-documentary film festival that happens in the spring. Probably half the films come from someplace other than America. And the great thing about that is those films are made without kind of the blinders or the assumptions that Americans have. And so you really can develop this fresh kind of bracing view of the world just by coming and seeing some films. I think it is good to connect with other people who love the same things that you're doing. It does take a lot of persistence. In our situation, I think I'd say that the rewards of it have been really great. And, you know, in both of the things that I've done, I felt like I was really happy to be doing them. And if you look at it kind of from a long perspective, the big question you're going to ask at the end of your life is, did I have a life well spent? Did I invest in the sort of things that were great for me to invest in? And in terms of vocation, the things that I've done, I feel like, yes, I could answer yes to those questions.